I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Oh, I gotta break out the Kawhi Lenard too for this one, baby. Gotta break out that Kawhi. You gotta break the Kawhi Lenard out. You gotta get that Kawhi. Put your tools up, baby. Put your tools up. I told you. I just told y'all 2 days ago. Why would people doubt my information? I said, if they do anything, because I was like, the word came in already. He's staying in Toronto. That told you right there, nothing's happening. This deal's going through. I told y'all. They're not doing anything to Kawhi Leonard. And Balmer is a billionaire, a legitimate billionaire. He's liquid. There's nothing you're going to do but piss him off. There's a whole different world than what you understand. Pablo Torres, oh boy, you better lawyer up because this shit is about to go down. It's finna hit the fan worse than anything you could ever imagine. Ever imagine. And you did this to you. Nobody else. Oh, yeah. It's finna get medieval now. Because everybody about to know what the whole deal is. Now, I can understand if he got some bad information. You know how some people say, hey, man, I got some bad info. They gave me some bad intel. And you go, oh, okay. Well, no problem. I see what's going on. You know, they did give you some bad intel. Right? But when it ain't that at all, and you see what it truly is, now you know what time it is. You see, the NBA wasn't playing any games. And they were pissed that this whole investigation had to go down. And they had to, do you know how much money this cost the NBA to do this investigation? To mess with the schedule, to mess with their lineup and the trade. And it's about 3 teams. The Lakers is involved in this too. So now it's a lot of obstacles coming up around right now at the same time. Oh, it's going to be a lot going down. Well, it's called justice. And now you're going to see the swift hand of the law. I got to say it like that because it's real. And all the stuff that they've been promoting has been fake. And oh, yeah, of course. They have been promoting nothing but this fake activity over and over again. ESPN Pablo made a whole platform to going after the Clippers. Imagine having an entire platform dedicated to attacking the Clippers. Steve Ballmer and the Clippers. And when this thing was over, he would not let it go. He did not let it go. What he continued to do, push this narrative all the way to the end. Even when it was completely, you see it firsthand that, hey, something's wrong here. You can clearly see something's off, but nobody's saying anything. You see, that's the weird part. Everybody knows something is off, but nobody want to say what it is. But it was entertaining. Was it not entertaining? Oh, Paulo had the story. He had the reports. He had it all. And he going to be like, I had it all right. I got the emails. I got this. I got that. Dude, do you understand? You are in the present. Nobody's saying you wrong, Pablo. I'm not saying you wrong at all. I'm saying you goddamn right they did it. I'm saying you gotta know what they do that you just unearthed. Like, it's almost like the magnet ball. I showed everything about the magnet ball. If they investigate the magnet ball, you know what they're gonna come back with? We just found out there is no magnet ball. I know right at that moment in time, I got a lawyer up. It's finna become hell. You know damn well they ain't finna tell you that. They know what this is about. Now the NBA is mad because they had to go through all of this uncomfort. So Paulo, his problem is he dedicated his whole channel. I'm going to investigate everything and shut him all down. Paulo investigates it all. Pablo is the guy that's going to do this. Paulo is the guy. You have put yourself in a spotlight that you don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know it. They're upset because of how it was all implemented. And because now everybody live to text me when I'm in the middle of a live. They now know what everybody else should have known from the beginning. That this is exactly how it was going to play out. They should have seen that part coming. Because it's clear. It is clear as day that this corruption that they were talking about, everybody circumvents the cap. Who would care? Would you care if they circumvented the cap to help somebody win? Or to help somebody do whatever? What does anybody care about circumventing the cap? Nobody cared about any one of them people circumventing the cap. Nobody. Kawhi got vindicated. The investigation is over. Not guilty. They found no evidence. None. Now Pablo's going to be in all kind of trouble. Because this was his narrative. This is what he was pushing. This was his little baby. He wanted to push this. So here you go, Pablo. You now have a lot of explaining to do. Yep. Well, they always have a meltdown every now and then. So when they have a meltdown, everybody else comes in and they bring in their so-called experts. Oh, no. They don't have a clue as far as what they want to, no, as far as what they want to accomplish and the goal that they're trying to, like, say that they're trying to get to a certain, we're going to get to a certain goal. No, there was no truth. There was no truth. There was no, we're going to get to the bottom of this because we want to pursue the truth. They didn't care about the truth. They didn't care about that. All they wanted to do was see if they can catch Kawhi Leonard and Ballmer. This was more the Lakers than it was anybody else. Notice, he finds out everything. He didn't find out anything about the Lakers sale. Anything when it comes to the Lakers, Paulo don't know a damn thing. But if it's the Clippers, he know every damn thing, got emails, the whole nine. Who's sending you this? And believe me, Ballmer's going to get to the bottom of it. Oh, the NBA's pissed. You see the inconvenience they done did the NBA? See, they're not ready to let the Clippers off the hook just yet. But Monday, the investigators found no evidence that they funneled money through the team sponsors to Kawhi Leonard to circumvent the cap, which is the case, right? Now, what Pablo report did was this. It just cited 3 sources familiar with discussions between the league, the Clippers, suggesting investigators, instead of examining whether the Clippers broke the rules by connecting Lenard with the team and the business partners, the Clippers shown that, hey, they said the ESPN article, meaning Pablo asked, regarding the Clippers investigation for which the NBA declined to cooperate, contained numerous and significant inaccuracies. That is a key point right there. Significant inaccuracies. So what they meant was there was a lot of things you probably left out, Paulo, that was very significant in this situation. And by this being such a massive case, how come you couldn't figure this out? How was this an obstacle? So Mike Bass, who's the league spokesman, made this discovery. You want to know what else Mike Bass had to say? What the Bass man had to put down? Smell what the Bass is cooking. Let me let you in on what the Bass was cooking. See, the Bass had it down like this. He said the results in the matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded. So now they've already did this. It's going to be made clear. It still ain't concluded yet, but it's done as far as they haven't found anything linking Kawhi, so they can go ahead and rest for sure the trade is going to go through. So they didn't go into what portions of ESPN's reporting they consider inaccurate. So this murky investigation has already brought up the disagreement. So ESPN has also reported that investigators are examining where the Clippers failed to properly supervise employees and that attorneys representing Ballmer and the team has engaged in some spirited kind of BS. Some type of negotiation, right, with the law firm and its initial findings. Oh, buddy. So the investigation began like about a year ago, right, with that aspiration $28 million endorsement. And now they're a bankrupt company, and they told everybody when they did the investigation that one of the people was corrupt who was doing and conducting the business. And that was Ballmer's only involvement in the situation. But the deal allegedly had a no-show arrangement designed to give Kawhi additional compensation outside of the salary cap. Now, Ballmer and them said, nope, we didn't do that, and we didn't circumvent the league rules. So, now they said this probe has reportedly expanded to examine Kawhi Leonard's other relationship with Clippers partners like Daktronics and Boingo Wireless and the Clippers maintain that introducing players to sponsors is standard NBA business. And they did not negotiate or dictate the terms of Kawhi Leonard endorsement agreements. So there's nothing there. So now you could have damaged Kawhi Leonard's sponsorships, which is in the millions, Paulo. And ESPN be on the hook for that. See, they don't care about Paulo. ESPN don't take care of that. But ESPN gonna be on the hook. See, that's when it's really gonna burn. Because they gonna be on the hook for all of it. Now, nobody said that the story is far from settled. I mean, to me, it seems like they're making it from their standpoint, like the deal's gonna go through, but Ballmer's gonna have to pay something here. They're gonna find him guilty of a little bit of something. Or some money will pass through, or some penalty, might be a draft pick, whatever. But if the investigation finds out there's nothing there, it's done.
Hey guys.
Well, see, Pablo is the one that's going to be in trouble. Pablo is definitely in trouble. Pablo Torre finds out. He rebranded himself to go after billionaires. But there's more into Pablo. We should call this Carcino Finds It Out. Carcino Finds It Out. That's going to be the channel now. Now, here's the thing. Paulo is attached to a left-wing group that seems to target right-wing billionaires. That's what our investigation then led to. So this seems to be a little bit more of agenda based than we thought. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on right here. Hey, when you try to circumvent a lot of different activities, situations that's brought to the forefront, you're going to find out that it's a lot of dirt under the shoe. So when you start looking at how they got fleeced or somebody got ripped off, it's not a matter of like, wow, isn't that a shock? Look what happened to so-and-so. This happened to them. Can you believe it? See, when you start playing the can you believe it game, you've already screwed yourself. Well, the one big problem is You see, no one cared about who was circumventing what. Nobody cared. I'm being honest. Nobody cared about them circumventing the cap. Nobody cares. Why would anybody care that's a fan watching the game that somebody circumvented a cap? No fan cares. Why are they trying to make you care so much? That should have told you right then and there. That'd be like they saying they're making the Lakers wear red shoes for this game on Tuesday. Tuesday, the Lakers got to wear red shoes, and they don't like to wear red shoes. They want to wear mismatched shoes. Why they all got to wear the same pair of shoes? Do we really care about who wearing what shoes? No. So we're not going to care about a team circumventing the cap. We don't care. We care about the game. So we're no real fan is sitting around going, yeah, no, they got that's messed up. They getting around the cap. No, do you think the Clippers are the only team in basketball history that has circumvented the cap? The Boston Celtics made the Larry Bird rule to circumvent the cap. They had to make that legal. We want to pay Larry Bird whatever we want to pay Larry Bird. You can't tell us what to pay Bird. Pay Larry what we want to pay Larry. Circumvent the cap. I told you. This is what I'm trying to tell people all the time. They don't care. They don't. Nobody is saying that. That's the problem that be getting me with people, man. I'll be like, dog, look, no one is saying they want to go this route. Where is this coming from? Who in the world is saying this? Look, I'm going to let you listen to something. Don't this sound like me? Listen to this.
Holy shit. I have been roasting Pablo Torre for weeks because I just felt like he started grasping at straws. I just felt like Pablo Torre was just making shit up. And I said, Pablo, your legacy's on the line here. I said, Pablo Torre, your legacy's on the line. You're doing entire podcast episodes called Pablo Finds Out, where you're going to find out all this stuff and you're going to expose all these things and you're going to take down the billionaire and you're going to ruin the Kawhi Leonard trade. I said, your legacy's on the line. This better be true, and there better be some punishment, or Pablo Torre didn't find out. It's not Pablo finds out. It's Pablo accuses people of things. And I was unaware that Pablo Torre has like a far left radical group of underground Reddit users that are trying to like start a revolution and, you know, take down billionaires and things like that.
See? So, Cino, I ain't the only one that figured it out. Everybody's figuring it out. Everybody's figured it out, dog. You got an agenda. All right, you out here Charlemagne in it. You Charlemagne in it with Rock Nation. You academics then for Drake. My thing is this. If you got all these emails, you're the one who went to email former employees. How come you didn't find out that that guy was caught in an embezzlement scheme and was investigated by the feds? How come Paulo, since he know everything, the only person who knew the Lakers was being sold the first time to Mark Walters was me, not Paulo? He ain't put nothing out. He didn't say I'm getting news, I'm getting reports. I the one said it first on YouTube, and then they got ahead of it because I already put it out there. I said Jenny Buss might not be the owner long. And 2 days later, it was on Patreon already for like a month. I had it on there 2 months before it even came out. I already knew. When I saw her on the Chitlin circuit, and then I was like, well, let me contact them. And they was like, some things are happening, bro. So my sources be on point. Luka Doncic, I said that 3 years ago when they were trying to get it done. 3 years ago, they tried to take Luka Doncic. And I'm sitting there with my Luka jersey on like, are they serious? You can't trade Luka Doncic. There's no way. But I went live with it just in case when it goes down, they will never be able to say I didn't say it. Sometimes they tell me stuff and I don't go live on it. And then it ends up happening. I was like, see, now I'm telling them, hey, I knew this back then. They're going to go, yeah, right. I said Kawhi Leonard isn't going anywhere. That's why the NBA got him in Toronto. They didn't tell him to come home. He's still in Toronto. I just did that 2 days ago. I knew this is going to be the result. It's obvious. 100% obvious.
So they all, attacked me and things like that. I didn't know it was political at all. I just thought Pablo Torre was starting to look like a fraud. And a lot of people made that a political thing. I wasn't aware because I don't focus on politics as like my life doesn't revolve around politics like a lot of you guys. But anyway,
now here's the news. Here's the news. And listen up. I want people to understand this. Because there's a lot of people out there and they might not get it. They might not understand how one person cannot care so much. He's willing to go through this extreme. You see, it's all about the clicks and views and the attention for these people. And they don't care how it makes them look. They got to be on top. They got to be the ones. So where does the narratives go after that? How do you pivot around the narratives? You can't. And the reason you can't pivot around it because they won't allow you to. Take, for instance, you have all of these people all lined up together. And you know what they want to do? They all want to go to war with each other. They all got a problem with each other. They all want to see each other in the light that nobody else can see them in. So that means if I went public with the news, Paulo, that means you knew the news and sat on it. Now, why would you sit on news if your name is Pablo finds out? So that means you're not finding out anything. You're only going by what you're being fed. And you know what they'll tell me? They go, Sino, who's your sources? State your sources, Sino. Why do you want to know Cino's sources? So that you can go get the information from them. I remember I told one of my sources one time, and where they worked for, who they was working with, the whole nine. I did it one time. And everybody went over there was like, do you know Cino? Do you know Cino? I'm just saying, you can get that to me. What's Cino paying you? They dude told me was like, why? Why did you feel a need to do that? I was like, that's my bad. But just don't answer them. They'll go away. I was just making a point. I never said who it was. See, that was the thing. I never said the person's name. I said what they. Oh, yeah. So they went over to the company site and tried to just go to the company that they got. Now, my news don't come from one person. And the reason that we have this information that we get a lot of the times is because a lot of these people have moved up in their ladder and station in life. But they used to work for HBO. They used to work for ESPN. They used to work for Showtime Sports. They used to be the cameraman. They used to work 24 hours a day damn near for free, holding the cameras, making clips before there was such things as shorts. They were clip up things for the NBA before the NBA said, hey, we're going to give you guys a job and pay you guys to do this. It was crumbs. Some became full-fledged media because they became so good at kissing ass. They came up and got a job out of it. So they became full media, got paid by ESPN, working in the Bay. Black man. We won't say no names. But if you're smart, you know who that is. Went from one guy to a whole nother guy. Think about it. Who from the Bay came up as a beat writer and ended up getting a job at ESPN? Where do you think he started from? I knew that dude when he was fat as hell, sitting over there asking me, hey, you think I can get an interview with Floyd Mayweather? I said, well, you got to talk to Floyd Mayweather's people. I was like, set that up with L or somebody else. I'll give L your contact. If L call you, he call you. Or you run into Floyd yourself. I don't work for him, dog. So try to figure that out. You want to know how I knew the Knicks information? How I knew all that Knicks info that wind up being true, right as rain? Quite simple. Who else knew? No, Leon Rose, they don't let nothing leak out. Oh, it's got to leak out to the camp. It's got to leak out to the players, the ball boys, the practice coach. They got it. It's going to leak out to them. Did you know that Mitchell Robinson had beef with, now that he ain't on the team no more, I can talk about it. He had a beef with one of the ball boys he thought was stealing his shit. Did the Knicks report have that? Nope. Why didn't they? Then the ones who did have it, why didn't they put that out? Now, I never put it out because they said, hey, don't do that because they'll know it was me. Don't put it out. I said, no problem. I ain't going to put it out. I ain't going to put it out. And I never did. Now that the season's over, Mitch is in Boston, have at it. Now, reality is always going to beat you home before the lie. See, the reality, when it starts to set in, people got to make a decision. What is it that they going to get behind? Are you going to get behind the truth or are you going to get behind the lie? That's going to be on you. It ain't going to be on nobody else. Because you ain't going to have no excuse in the world but to handle that. Well, I'll tell you what. If there's something they need to let people know, they'll say it. If not, then we know what it is. These people don't come by and say, hey, what's up? You need a hand? Nothing. Look at people like Pablo. What did they ever do besides cause confusion, cause disruption? My PC went through an update in the middle of the live stream, by the way. But it's clear. It is clear and concise what the problem in the situation is. But yet and still, we will sit there, second guess, third guess, fourth guess, fifth guess, anything else other than we going to make the excuses for them. You ain't going to even wait for them to make the excuse themselves. Oh, man, LeBron James is sick. LeBron James, he ain't know nothing. Like Ray Daniels said, there's plenty of things about Rock Nation he can't say. He will never say. I believe it. Because you might have friends over there. And you know by saying that, that's going to ruin your friendship. There's some situations that I would go super viral on if I was to bring this out. Plenty of them. It's one situation, I don't even know what happened. We still figured it out today. Like, what happened? In the middle of the night, we had to all get up and leave and get on a plane when we were supposed to all be there one night. A girl was screaming. All it was like, hey, somebody, girl screaming and all that. We got to get out of here. We got to get on the plane. We going now. And if you ain't there, you left. All I know, it was a black man, white girl. And next thing you know, everybody in their rooms is some screaming. Everybody had to get up, get out. We were supposed to do something the next day, and it's an event. Next thing you know, we all on a plane, we all flying out. Never told that story. Will it come out one day? Maybe. A lot of players on teams don't like each other. This kind of that has nothing to do with it. Football player's wife started messing and flirting around with another player on the team to get back at her husband who kept cheating. He kept cheating on her. So she's like, I'm going to sleep with one of your teammates. He's like, man, ain't nobody on my team going to ever do that. Well, he had a very rude awakening. So let me just tell you, it's a lot of stuff we don't say to protect other people's feelings, dog. It's a lot we don't say. That we could. Now, let's get things done in perspective, right? Let's get it all in perspective here, because I want people to understand it more. I want them to feel it. I want them to feel it. They got to learn how to feel it in their bones. Now, what other investigation that Pablo then found out about? It's been Capzilla 4 years. Did he find out that Russell Westbrook had a contract offer for 2 years with the Washington Wizards? Did he find out that the Sacramento Kings wanted him back also? But it was the role he didn't want to take. He didn't want to go all the way back out to Washington. And he didn't want to go all the way out to Sacramento to back up and do the role that they wanted him to do. So they basically was forcing him out with very limited playing time. He was going to be Marcus Smart on the Grizzlies. He was an NBA all-time NBA 75. And y'all want to dictate how this man go out. Nobody cared. Now, no. They only doing it because it was the Clippers. Do you think it was the Lakers this would be going on? If this was the 76ers, do you think it'd be going on? They don't, they know what they're doing. You ever hear the old phrase that go, if I wanted you to know, I'd be talking? If I wanted you to know, I would have told it to you. It's one of them situations. They wanted you to know, they would have told it to you. Now, I want y'all to go on my Patreon today or whenever you can, because we going to have it all broke down. It's a lot of information, dog, that's going to come out. Now, why Apollo ain't figured out the information that went on today with Jeannie Buss, with Jeannie? We gonna get into all that. All that. Is because the majority of the people that's there, that's surrounding the situation, they have no real influence on the situation. And that bothers them. That they have no real control and that they're not able to dictate. Most of these people want to dictate the terms because they can't live with the consequences. Now they keep talking about I'm protecting Kawhi and Uncle Dennis. Well, they saying Uncle Dennis ain't do nothing wrong. They did an investigation and Kawhi has been cleared right along with Uncle Dennis. So once again, whatever they doing, was all legal. Plus, the NBA they've been doing this for years. I just told y'all earlier, 2 days ago, Anthony Davis circumvented the cap. If you want to play this game. When the Lakers got AD, why do you think he took less money to come to the Lakers? Because they was going to circumvent the cap. When Dwayne Wade gave up $20+ million from the Chicago Bulls to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers for $3 million. Who in the hell does that? Oh, don't worry. They're going to circumvent the cap. They're going to make sure you get your money, Wade. It's just going to be under the table. They circumvented the cap. So you got to understand, dog, this been going on for years. Magic Johnson, all of them, they've been circumventing the cap. Larry Bird, they've all done it. It's been going on since the beginning of time. For certain players, they will circumvent the cap. They just don't announce it as that. They find a workaround. They just never seen nobody ever get $20+ million for it. And Kawhi just showed up one day to an event. This wouldn't even be talked about. Because there's nothing that they can do. If these people said, hey, we want to pay you to not show up at all, of course Ballmer got too much money. He could buy that damn law firm that's doing the investigation. That's what David Stern would. Look, David Stern ended an entire investigation by the FBI himself. Do you know what happened? The guy who was investigating the case, and it was an investigation into the Sacramento Kings and the Kings and the Lakers. That game went under a federal investigation. Do you know what happened in that investigation? All of a sudden, the guy who was in the Southern District of Los Angeles, all of a sudden, that guy got reassigned and got a job in the private sector. Who was doing the investigation? Some other Joe Blow got the job to investigate it and got rid of the case altogether. That guy got reassigned to the private sector. David Stern made that happen. That ended. There will be no investigation. Look, that man said if he had of an NBA Finals every year, it would be the Lakers versus the Lakers. He said that as the commissioner. So you best believe your right hand to God, that man does not care one iota about anything you talking about. He said that's not. He's known for that quote. That quote by David Stern is everywhere. It is clear. I mean, why he said, why you don't like LeBron? You know, man, do I need to go down the list? Let's just say all the BS you've seen LeBron James do, that's the reason why. And there's plenty of it. He keeps it coming. Every year is something else. He's already starting a circus in the 76ers and he ain't even suit up yet. Now he wants to helicopter in from games from New York to Philly. Okay, here's the thing, dog. This isn't Los Angeles. And they got terrible weather there, but y'all weather is way too awful. How they gonna helicopter you in when it's a snow game and it's a blizzard? Or the weather just turned windy as hell. There'll be no 45-minute chopper ride. You still want to do that commute? How you gonna commute back for practice? And as much as you say you spending time in the gym, coming 4 or 5 hours early, and you gonna depend on choppering, that stuff's gonna cost the team an additional $300,000 a year just to fly you back and forth. That's $300K right there. Go. None of these dudes think straight. That's the point I be trying to make, man. None of these dudes think straight. He think it makes him important. Kobe used to fly in a helicopter. I gotta fly in a helicopter. Kobe died in a helicopter. You trying to do that too? Look, the game is not fair. The game is fickle, and there's a lot of fickle people in the game. So what you want to do is to protect yourself and these fake, false narratives that they keep creating for no reason. There's no apparent reason for this. So now I am sitting here forced to have to address all of the nonsense. If they didn't have any nonsense going on, would nobody have to talk about them? We address the human drama that is presented. So if we're doing that, there's no need for all of this. Zero need. Oh, once they conclude the investigation, he'll be a Raptor. It's just a matter of time. I told you he's not going anywhere. Why do you think he's been in Toronto the whole time? He's a Raptor. I told you. They told him, hey, the NBA been taking care of everything. Just let us do this investigation and all of this X, Y, and Z. Kawhi Leonard don't talk, so they ain't worried about him opening his mouth. Notice, you never hear anybody say Kawhi said anything. And if you heard that, you knew it's some bullshit. Man, I was sitting there and Kawhi just started telling me everything. I'll be like, really? What'd he say then? Man, he started talking about, man, there's some bull, man. Ballmer ain't do his thing. Man, we was sitting there talking for about 3 hours, man. Kawhi. I was like, man, Kawhi ain't doing that. He ain't gonna do that with anybody he don't know. He is not finna sit there and start going on a diatribe. I know. And if they got that together, this will be the year they will dog walk the Knicks. I got the Knicks going to the play. because they not hungry no more. They done got the monkey off their back. They done. Well, it's gonna be Pablo gonna have to figure it out. Because once this is done, you think Ballmer gonna just let that slide and let it be water under the bridge? No, he gonna go out to ESPN. And then when he go out to ESPN, they gonna throw Pablo gonna have to be reassigned. Something's gonna have to give with old Pablo. It's gonna be Pablo needs a job in a minute. Well, when people go through what's real and what isn't real, you start to see there's going to be different angles that's presented that doesn't make a lot of sense. It's the nature of it. It's the way it's going to appear to look. That's what they care about, the appearance. They want to give the appearance of this was investigated thoroughly and we found out nothing was there. But under the table, Obama gonna have to pay some money, probably. But it don't matter. We don't care. He's in Toronto, cool. Let it go down. You know, let's get to the games. Let's get to what matters. All of this red tape about money and this and that, we don't care. That matters to the teams. They was like, you would have cared if it was LeBron James. I'm like, LeBron James circumventing the cap. We all knew wasn't nothing gonna happen to LeBron the day that launched an investigation. We launched an investigation and found out LeBron James is 100% innocent of everything. We knew that wasn't going anywhere, but if it's LeBron, we all know he's guilty as hell. So there's no need. As one man said to another man, somebody's got to make a move. And Paulo, you better lawyer up. I'm out, y'all. Hey, go to the Patreon. We got a surprise for you.